Then, about 1500 BC, something happened. Sudden tragedy brought this ancient civilization to a violent end. I want you to imagine for a moment that you are back in 1500 BC and are looking out over the straight streets and brick houses of Mohenjo-Daro. Suddenly, smoke and flames begin to rise amongst them, and up one of the main streets there streams a horde of swordsmen led by a swaying figure in an outlandish chariot. By the chariot pole crouches the charioteer, and every now and then the warrior beside him fits an arrow to a short, stocky bow and discharges it into the panic-stricken groups of fleeing citizens. At another spot, some of the townsfolk cower beside a well, where they were drawing water when they first heard the dreadful sounds of the city's fate. Two of them are now climbing the stairs and have reached the street when the invading mob closes up on them. They drop and are instantly trampled into the sand. A burly fellow with a raised sword turns onto the well-house stairs and cuts down a woman who is straggling up them. She falls backwards across the steps, and the ravening horde sweeps on. The story I'm telling you is not fantasy. It is a literal interpretation of actual discovery. This is the place where one of the massacres took place. 34 centuries after it happened, the archaeologists of the 20th century dug and found these bones of the massacred, mute evidence of how an age-long civilization perished within the hour. Moreover, we can relate this evidence with the earliest literature of India, the Rig Veda, which, it is agreed, tells in a traditional and symbolic way of the Indus Valley and its invasion by the Aryans. The hymns in the Rig Veda make it clear that the mobile, cityless Aryan invaders differed at every point from the long static citizens which they invaded. The Aryan war god Indra is called the Fort Destroyer. He shatters 100 ancient castles. He rends forts as age consumes a garment. In the past, it was supposed that these citadels were mythical, or at the most palisaded refuges. But the discovery in 1944 of walls and towers like these at Mohenjo-Daro goes far to confirm the literal truth of the epic tradition. These Indus fortifications were in all probability the actual fortifications that fell to Indra, the Fort Destroyer, and his Aryan followers. Climatic, economic, and political deterioration may have weakened the Indus Valley civilization, but its ultimate extinction seems to have come from the hand of the Aryan invader. Sand and dust then covered its ruins, but fortunately for us, enough remains to tell us a little about the character of one of the earliest civilizations of the world.